I want to try to get myself together. I am still in this belief that I'm doing this. In a couple of days, my entire life is about to change. Not only I'm moving country, but I am also changing career. So the past couple of days has been full of mixed emotions. Sometime last year, I read a book called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, and there was one thing he said in the book that really resonated with me. And he said basically there are three main big decisions in life that if you make that earlier in your life, the better. And these are where you live, who you're with, and what you do. And I feel like many people talk about the last two already. So today I want to focus the conversation on the first one, which is where you live. As someone who's lived in 3 different countries already, so I spent the first 18 years in Thailand. Then when I was 18, I moved to the US for a year as a foreign exchange student. And then right after I turned 30, I moved to the UK. So this is from someone who's lived in different countries, and I feel like from what I've seen so far in life, that is very accurate, because your environment can pretty much determine how you view the world, how you go on about life, and where you live, your environment presents you with different opportunities. And I don't really want to get into the specific of why I'm moving out of the UK, because I love it here, but at the same time, I have felt very comfortable for a long time. And I've talked to you before about distinguishing between the feeling of being content and complacent. And I realized early on last year that I was just very comfortable, so comfortable that I felt like that I was being complacent. And this was actually one of the main reasons why I kickstart my reinvention journey, because I saw where I'm at for what it is, which is the place that no longer serves me at this point in time, in this season of my life. The environment is not enabling me to be the best version of myself or to accomplish the things that I want to do. But it's not about moving country really, but I think it's important to assess whether where you live is serving you, serving what you want to do. Because sometimes small change like moving to a different city or changing your circle of friends can really change the trajectory of your life. With that being said, we decided that we are going to move out of the UK temporarily, and we are moving to the US for the next 5 years. But it's something that's been on the background for the past year or so. I think we applied for the visa the beginning of last year. As I was waiting for the visa approval, there were thoughts that came in mind. There were doubts, of course. There were uncertainty and the feeling that I have to let go the life that I have here, in which all of these I want to talk in this video today. But before we get to that, I need to film a video. So I'll see you very shortly. As unpacking, it actually makes me realize how much stuff we have and accumulated, but how much of that do we actually need? So I think distinguishing between the wants and the needs is so crucial, and it is a skill in itself for sure. And talking about skills, I'd like to introduce you to the sponsor of the video today, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. If you want to start reinventing yourself this summer, invest in yourself by starting a learning journey on Skillshare to acquire new skills or find new passions. If you're not sure where to start, Skillshare has crafted learning paths to help you get from novice to pro in no time. These learning paths consist of hand-selected classes arranged sequentially to enhance and reinforce your learning. They cater to various experience levels from beginner to advanced across multiple categories. In a busy world we're living in today, it can be hard to know what you want out of life and how to get there. And I found the learning path, Start a Life You Love with Systematic Goal Setting, really helpful in helping me set clear and achievable goals. I truly believe that knowledge and skills are power, so if you're ready for a reinvention, join Skillshare today. The first 500 people to use my link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. This thing here has been with me for 20 years and it's traveled 3 different countries. And looking at this just makes me realize something about life, something very important, and that is that you never really know what is going to happen in the future. When I first went to the US when I was 18 as a foreign exchange student, after the program ended, I actually tried to stay in the US to go to university because it was a natural move for all of us. But my family didn't have enough money to fund me to go to American university at the time, so I didn't get to stay. And then again in 2009, I tried to apply for a sponsorship job in the US, and after months and months of trying, I didn't get anything. If you were to say to me back in 2009 that one day I will get a 5 years visa to the US, and not only that, I will have another career waiting for me there, I would say that you are off your mind. That is the thing about life, you know, like you just don't know what is going to happen in the future. And looking back, many people might think that I have failed, but this is just a proof that maybe there are certain things that you tried and may have seen from other people's lens as failing. Maybe it could be that first of all, it's not your time just yet, or it could be that you are being redirected to something else better. I really don't believe in failing in itself, because if you put actions towards trying to achieve your goals, then I don't think there's such thing as failing. If you keep up the consistency and taking actions towards whatever you want, you get there one day. It is just a matter of time. As the house started to get more empty, I'm starting to have this feeling that everything is becoming very real, and it starts to sink in, and the feeling that I can't back out now. This has got to happen. It is happening. And I am feeling this strong sense of fear rushing through my veins. The fear of judgments from others. The fear of what if this time is different? What if I fail this time? Because not only that I'm moving country, I am also changing career. I will talk about more on that maybe in future videos. It's a long story, especially doing all this now as a 38-year-old woman. Many people view this as irresponsible because people do expect us at this age in our late 30s to be settled by now. But what is settled anyway? If being settled means finding that special someone who challenges me and I can challenge him, or supporting each other throughout their goals. If being settled means that you accumulate wealth together, then sure, I am all in with being settled. But if settled means that you have to stay at the same place all the time, although you feel like you want to explore somewhere else, if settled means that you go through life in autopilot mode and not constantly asking yourself whether you're living to your full potential, whether you're happy, if that is the version of being settled, I am not all for that. And every time I feel this kind of fear rushing through, I try to remind myself of the quote that stuck with me and something I really try to live by, which is be afraid and do it anyway. I try to live by it so much so that I got it tattooed on my back. There were so many times that I felt fearful, afraid, unsure, and there were feelings of resistance there. But I pushed through those fears and always came out on another side stronger. So I am hoping that this time is going to be the same. I am fighting all my fear. So this is it. This is our last day in this house. I know there are exciting things waiting for me and I don't know why I'm crying. It's just so many mixed emotions. I want to try to get myself together. Now I think I'm ready for pretty much anything.